What was
3
it?
or 4%.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 3-4%.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I wanted you to be helpful. You dick. All right. Anyway.
You should
So,
really specify.
I really should specify. And tonight's lesson is specification. Do you hate written specs just like I do? Good. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, this is going to be episode 3 for Resolve 2, I believe. Or, 2 Resolve 2.
Electric
To
Boogaloo.
resolve, I think.
Well, maybe we'll reach the end of the first case. Maybe we won't. We probably won't. We'll get sidetracked. We'll thank our friends over at Capcom for supporting this in the wonderful little merch bundle I got. Y'all are terrific. Thanks. Introducing... let's do it this way. The only thing on stream made of entirely electricity. It's Lania.
Hi, I'm Lania. I stream long plays of RPGs and may or may not be on holiday vacation already, so, you know, we'll see how that goes. I stream Star Ocean the Divine Force, I stream Cyberpunk 2077, I stream Atelier Games, I stream long plays of RPG.
Yeah. Next up, the only man, and sometimes woman, that could crush me with their tits, it's Onihart.
Hey.
Hey.
Currently on the verge of death, but you know, I'm still around. Art, RPGs, video, fighting games. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
I mean, I have your address now. I can come put you out of your misery if you want.
No.
You
I
sure?
need to live a little bit longer.
What, for that Street Fighter 6 beta key?
That I'm never gonna get? Yeah.
That's all right. I got one. I'm not using it.
Oh.
I didn't get around to it. I'm a bit busy. Trust me, I would have given it to you if I could have, but it's like already locked to like my name and my account and shit.
Yeah.
And when they first dropped the first batch, there were a few that went up on eBay, and now they are checking every single beta key that goes out to make sure it's registered to the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I haven't been streaming recently, but I have been getting more work done on the model.
Baby steps.
Hopefully, I'll get back to playing Parasite Eve soon.
Mm-hmm. I put Parasite Eve on my schedule. We doing a speed run Christmas Day. Drive's here. Shy doesn't stream yet? Question mark.
Yet. Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Shy. I appear on Lonnie Akaya's channel, and we have a lot of fun. And don't tell her, but I think I'm the one in charge. But yeah. But anyway, I don't know what we're doing. I guess you can ask her. That's what I usually do. But yeah, great to be here.
I'm gonna let you survive this time.
You're in charge, but you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, welcome to middle management in 98%
Yeah.
of the United States. You know, I'm hitting every button on the soundboard.
But I don't want so good either.
I'm out of here.
Anyway.
I'm not wrong. If it looks like a duck, smells like a duck, and quacks like a duck, in Florida it's most likely to be picked up by someone high on bath salts or an alligator. Speaking of, Lil Sharky.
Hi, I am apparently an alligator on bath salts today.
Oh God.
Really? So I'm Sharky. I stream some speedrun things occasionally, rarely. Trying to get back to it a bit. mostly just trying to survive December and be ready for Christmas here. So, happy holidays and let's have some fucking fun. Thanks, Capcom.
Last, and potentially not least, unless their morale improves, on the lookout for fake surveyors and civil engineers, it's Chrisaries.
God, that was a fucking email and a half. I still can't believe that got sent out.
I had to read that
The
3
last-
times.
Late last week, there was an email sent out to all licensed Washington professional engineers warning them to not take work from a specific land surveyor in the state of Washington that was illegally practicing civil engineering.
That seems really fucking dangerous.
That seems phenomenally dangerous, yeah.
It's phenomenally illegal.
Yeah,
And
and dangerous.
no engineer in the office had ever received a direct email about this before. Usually, like, there's a couple people appended to the monthly newsletter, but this was a specific direct email about this one person.
The one thing I know about this is from my time in the College of Engineering when I was told that mechanical engineers make weapons and civil engineers make targets. So, doing a concern here.
You know, that's actually not... That's not a bad description, really.
Yeah.
Although, if you're targeting my infrastructure, that's really fucking scary.
Uh-huh.
That's a
Since I am a-
20-year-old. Sorry.
No,
You're-
it's just since I'm a water wastewater engineer, like,
Mm-hmm.
That's a 20-year-old joke, and yeah, that joke may be older than some of your audience, but it still hits pretty hard.
I wish I could remember there was a really long version of that joke that we told in engineering school about all of the engineers' roles making a gas station function, and the punchline of the joke was the aerospace for standing on top of it, flapping their arms.
Space Force, let's go!
The outfits look gay.
Also, thank you, Inf.
I mean that in, like, the fashionable sense. Like, I'd wear it.
God damn it, Inf, that's awful.
Jesus. Anyway, before we get copyright stricken, DMCA'd, banned, or otherwise punished for everyone else except mine's poor behavior,
Oh wow, the Space Force uniforms actually do look pretty dope.
I told you. But you're really gonna name it Space Force?
Yeah, that's hilariously dumb. But the uniforms are really cool.
And isn't that what matters?
So,
Listen,
reaching
they
out-
could have had girls' frontline uniforms. I think they really
That's
dropped
true.
the ball.
Okay,
reaching
yeah,
out to,
agree.
Reaching out to our voice director here, how do you want to split up things today, or do you want to pass anything around with if your voice is feeling not too good?
Oh, me? I'm fine.
Okay, just making sure, dude.
Yeah, he just sounds like Larry White.
What do you mean? He's not yelling at people. He's not Larry.
The only thing I can't do is laugh.
Well, then you should be able to have a nice time on this stream.
Do you have a Titus laugh on your soundboard?
No, but I will reference he ain't laughing, you crying.
Ha 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 ha. Anyway, let's go.
The women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.
The detective realized that the victim still had a pulse, so he ran off to fetch help.
I'm doing some last minute audio adjusting here. It's always a battle.
That's when this writer man asked the woman a very significant question. But he didn't say anything about that in his testimony, which is why many Many
Yeah, you okay, buddy?
many memoism
Yeah, the
demands I
memo
reveal it now.
Somewhere there's an even bigger joke about handy restraint. Listen, Capcom. Capcom.
I don't know what you're waiting for, Kyo.
You know that's you, right?
Ryutaro? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's my fake
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Can't believe just dead naming me right in chat. Poor Soseki-san has been fidgeting constantly in the stand next to Many Memo-san.
He's
Aoni.
like a naughty child who's waiting for punishment from his parent.
Many Memos, momentous mementos.
I hate it.
Many memos, momentous mementos. Many memos, momentous
I'm not
mementos.
even gonna
Many
try.
memos, momentous.
I can't even say. You know what?
You can actually feel the disdain building up from Oni's avatar.
It rather reminds me of you when you were younger.
I was like that? Yes.
Never mind that now. The question is, how far can we trust this recorder's account of events? We must focus our energies on gathering the information and establishing fact.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it's lead.
Are these fresh?
So I think we pressed the first two statements, but we did not get to the.
Third, fourth, fifth?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna press 4. 3 doesn't glean anything from it. What question? What exactly did he say?
Well, now, you should hear that from the horse's mouth, I think.
Soseki?
Don't you, Mr. Writer Man?
Yeah, thanks for the giftery, Chris.
Soseki?
What is that man plugged into something, perhaps?
Oh yeah, I've got a video of what he's plugged into. 1 moment.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, is this gonna get me banned?
It's not on the
Probably.
banned games list. We just don't draw attention to it.
I don't think you can I don't think you can be sponsored by Capcom and Levents at the same time. I'm sorry.
Can I buy one without getting put on a list?
No.
Fuck it, it's worth it. Yeah, that's the noise I made too.
What's with it, you yokel hack?
Do you know other insults?
No.
No,
You
get
know
off
other
my
words?
lawn.
That man getting that top tier gluck gluck sucky McTwist.
Oh, what?
What did you say to her? What did you say to the dying English woman?
Hey yo bitch, you fart with that ass?
What?
What, you
Well-
never heard that?
No. What the fuck, man?
What, you ain't never seen a girl with a big old dumpy you like and be like, damn girl, you shit with that ass? It's a classic, dog.
Why?
I believe the proper thing to have said to her as she's dying is, "Swans aren't real."
Well, in truth. I'd been catching crabs at the water's edge and building castles in the sand, you see.
That's very wholesome of you.
Well, the seaside is a place to be at leisure, I suppose, even for a grown man.
But then, all of a sudden, from that little beach hut, a young girl's panic-stricken cries for help pierced the air.
Ray!
I ran up the beach to see what was happening, to find the defendant leaning over the collapsed victim.
I feel like Soseki's a great impersonation of my Dust character playthrough. Mildly irradiated, half drunk,
I feel like
whacked
if
up
it
on
gets any more-
goofballs just to function properly.
I feel like if he gets any more upset, his hair is going to turn bright yellow in front of all of us.
As soon as Inspector Hosonaga saw Miss Brett on the ground, he sprinted off to get help. And then, just a moment later, I heard a faint moan. A moan from the dead English woman.
I'm just leaving it here until it gets awkward to stare at.
Stepbrother, I'm lost.
I nearly jumped out of my skin.
But why did you ask her, Soseki-san?
I asked her, "Who did this to you?"
Don't protract this any longer. How did the woman respond?
She didn't. She said nothing in response. But
When in the stand, you will answer the questions asked of you unambiguously. Get to the point. Without evasion or reticence, I demand that you amend your testimony.
I will.
Thank you, Edgar Allan Poe.
I asked her, "Who did this to you?" But she never responded.
Damn, that's cold. That's real cold. Ice cold.
He literally ghosted you on that.
Yep.
She just lifted a trembling finger and pointed in the direction of the defendant.
All right, let's roll back on this one here, bud.
Miss Brett pointed a finger at the defendant. Soseki-san, is that really true?
Oh. It's not easy to stand here and say this, but when we first entered the beach hut, the Englishwoman was sprawled on the floor before us, with the student girl standing on her far side of her. And when I asked, "Who did this to you?" the Englishwoman summoned her last ounce of strength to point a trembling finger at the back of the hut. Which was, it can't be denied, in the direction of the student girl who stands accused today.
No!
Soseki-san, why on earth did you neglect to mention this in your original testimony?
Fiddlesticks, I say.
Fiddlesticks. This is not a British court of law.
Yep,
You will
right?
respond in Japanese.
Yes, of course. The Englishwoman did point her finger towards the back of the hut. But I was trembling, and she was trembling, and everything was a blur.
Was it because you were vibrating?
Maybe a little bit of that. And thinking about it, I feel as though perhaps she was pointing in a slightly different direction.
Perhaps to the guy who was hiding behind her.
Actually, no! Not slightly, in a very different direction. To where the student girl was standing. Somewhere at the back of the hut, where nobody was standing at all.
You mean that your memory of events and the direction in which the victim was pointing are both unclear?
Yes, that's it, unclear. Very, very unclear.
Well, that doesn't fucking help.
Your Excellency, surely this proves the matter beyond all reasonable doubt.
No, it literally doesn't.
Lying has reasonable doubt.
Yes, the woman may barely have been conscious, and yes, perhaps her finger wavered slightly.
Who the hell are you, Brock Turner's lawyer?
But there can be no doubt that this was an attempt by the victim to confirm the identity of her assailant.
Alright.
Why? Because the court can see there was no one other than the accused in the direction the victim was pointing.
Chris, are you kidding me? I need this.
Yeah,
This is
isn't
the
that
most.
fucking cool.
This is the most Philadelphian thing I've ever seen. It's a taser sword.
Yeah.
A taser sword.
Taser sword?
I mean, I wasn't kidding. It was fucking cool.
Here,
It's definitely getting you put on a watch list, though.
Listen, what the government doesn't know about won't hurt them. Here, it's even got a bitchin' soundtrack too.
Alright. Charges. Nope.
Bruh.
Release.
I love the arc just randomly across parts of the blade. It's great.
It is.
I've never seen something with both a machete and a cattle prod before.
That is.
Well, I don't think it would be very effective as far as a slicing weapon because those plates have to be separated. So either
Yeah.
it's two slicing weapons or it's not going to be effective at all. But goddamn, does it look cool.
Listen, that's
Now
what
it's
happens when you
slicing
smash Philadelphia and Florida together.
Yeah, that's called the Book of Revelation. It's just the apocalypse.
I'm not concerned about being prepared for the apocalypse. I'm more concerned if the apocalypse is ready for me.
I'm concerned not about being prepared for the apocalypse, but being prepared for the people who are prepared for the apocalypse.
I'd be more concerned about the fact that Roombas basically just eat dead human skin all the time.
They do. It's one of my favorite things about them.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
I saw a pale rider, a cat on a Roomba, and its name was Death.
It is now abundantly clear that no one besides the accused could have possibly committed this crime.
What?
Somehow I am inclined to agree.
Judge, you getting that gluck gluck sucky McTwist under the bench there?
My poker face is amazing, and I will take no questions at this time. In the absence of any credible argument to the contrary, I believe we can now conclude this trial. Now close my eyes and dream of this trial being over.
The headline's writing itself. Dashing lawyers hopes dashed. 92 points across the whole page. We'll do an extra edition.
It's insane!
That is so large, dude. That is so large.
He's definitely compensating. This is a serious blow, Susato.
And this is serious blow, Dad. Oh, wait, never mind. We're not making those jokes.
Unless we're able to identify the true culprit and substantiate our claim with evidence, the judge will give his ruling and the trial will be over. In fact, he's already announced that this is exactly what he's doing, so I don't know why we're rehashing this.
In case people didn't play the first game and need a tutorial on summation examination.
God, I hope we're not doing this.
It's the wrong judicial system.
Judicial system. Yeah,
You know
there's
what?
No,
You know
there's no
what?
jury.
My memories of the first game are blurred.
I have shifted myself the wrong direction. Sorry, my number lock was off. Anyway, 92-point font across a standard piece of paper. You can get the word detective on an 8.5, I guess.
Or dective.
Detective. I've really had to run this center capture a lot today.
But that's impossible, Father. We don't even know how the crime was committed yet.
Though impossible a task may seem, we have no choice. We must think back over everything we've learned thus far. Somewhere in those details, I'm confident we'll find the clue we need.
Does it involve the knife Zur, which is the evolved form of the knife wrench?
Ray gave us her account of how events unfolded in the defendant's antechamber before the trial resumed. She told us what happened at the precise moment Miss Brett was killed.
The Englishwoman was sitting at the back of the hut, listening to what I was saying. And then a moment later... One moment later...
Oh, no. Oof. This is gonna be rough for basically everybody. The Bank of Japan pivoted and they raised the rate for their bonds to 0.5%, and they're planning on moving up. So dollar and asset prices are going to fall, inflation will rise. Okay, that's not good. Well, I mean, maybe it'll be good for me because that means the dollar's worth so much more than the yen. Anyway, sorry about that. That's IRL.
She suddenly got to her feet. Before collapsing to the floor in front of me with a knife in her back.
How could Miss Brett have been stabbed in the back in a beach hut that was empty but for herself and Ray? Somewhere amid all the information we've gathered so far, there must be an answer to that question.
I take it then that the defense has nothing further to add?
Oh, the gallant young student's luck finally runs out. I can't say I'm surprised.
In that case, I am ready to deliver my verdict. My final verdict on this matter.
Isn't every one of them your final verdict, though?
It's the final countdown.
This is a crucial turning point now. If I can't establish what really happened, it's over. Where was the culprit hiding? And how did she or he stab the victim?
Oh, I know. That's a pretty simple one.
Your Excellency, I respectfully ask you to postpone your adjudication for the time being.
To what end, counsel?
The defense would like to present the court with an alternative theory. An alternative theory that can explain who the victim was actually trying to implicate with her dying gesture.
An alternative theory? Huh, none exists.
Objection!
There was someone else present at the scene who could have committed this crime.
What?
Nani?
And the victim, Miss Brett, tried to reveal who it was to those around her at the time by mustering all her remaining strength and pointing a trembling finger in the killer's direction.
This is fiction. Fantasy.
Very well. As you seem so sure of yourself, counsel, I am prepared to hear your alternative theory. So, young Ryutaru Naruhodo,
Yes, Your Excellency.
you will present your latest theory to the court by means of this plan. At the moment the victim was stabbed, where exactly are you proposing the culprit was concealed?
Probably right here, because you can see through it.
Oh wait, wrong button. Naruhodo-san would never give up. And I'm Naruhodo, in a way.
Never gonna give you up, let you down.
The true culprit who fatally stabbed Miss Brett was concealed in this location here.
Are you mad, counsel?
He's a nut! Crazy in the coconut!
What does that mean?
That boy needs therapy.
You're suggesting the culprit was outside the hut?
Yeah.
What?
The culprit out-pizzaed the hut?
No one out pizzas the hut.
Order.
Student lawyer Naruhodo-san Esquire. That makes no sense at all. You've just pointed out the exact spot where I was hiding to get my scoop snap.
Damn, that's pretty weird, huh? Huh.
I wonder who we're gonna accuse.
But I didn't see any suspicious individuals loitering about. I can swear to that. Because it was me. I'm the suspicious individual.
Obviously, the culprit has been outside the hut. There is no way that he or she could have stabbed the victim who was inside the hut.
Actually, Prosecutor Ouchie, there is a way. And, in point of fact, the defense can prove... The defense can provide evidence strongly suggesting that this is precisely the way Miss Brett was killed.
You're bluffing! You're bluffing, you yokel!
Bluffing
Defense's
these
assertion.
nuts in your mouth.
The defense's assertion of D's nuts is clearly too fantastical for the court to comprehend.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. I wonder if I can zoom in on these eyebrows. Hold up.
Who are the judges?
Not mine, fam. That man's eyebrows is nice. They are quite powerful.
Those are the Bushimans. You will need to give us more guidance, counsel.
Like a landing strip?
What piece of evidence corroborates your theory that the victim was stabbed from outside the Pizza Hut?
Take that!
The original photographic print of the crime scene?
Yeah, the one with the gaping hole in it right behind the stool. Yeah, it's clearly visible in this print. Trace of the fatal thrust that was delivered from outside the beach hut.
You take us for fools? There's no hint of any such thing.
I'm not sure that everyone present would agree. Someone at least appears to have noticed what it is that I'm referring to.
Counsel,
What up, Dev?
once
Kaluda?
again, I must call on you to be explicit for the court.
Fuck, shit, piss, asshole.
Where in this explicit language is the trace of the stabbing, which you claim took place from outside the Pizza Hut?
This slit right here. Look closely just here. In the back of the hut, or in the screen at the back of the hut, you can see the effects of a blade having been forced through the reeds.
No, I can't. I can't see any such thing.
Better get them glasses checked. It's true that the hut in question had 4 walls as you'd expect. However, by parting the reeds, a knife blade could easily penetrate them.
This is extraordinary.
Ah. The true culprit actually stabbed the victim from outside the beach hut. And of everyone present at the scene, there was only one person who could have done that. Only one person who was directly outside the hut when Miss Brett was killed. Right, and many memo-san. It could only have been you. Bitch.
No!
Yo, why that man ain't got no booty?
This preposterous idea leaves me almost speechless. Just look at the photograph again.
Look
The
at
victim
this
lies
guy.
The victim lies almost exactly in the center of the beach hut, does she not? Are we to assume, as part of this farcical scenario, the assailant was a knife thrower?
Objection!
No, of course not.
We're not?
Really on board with the knife thrower idea.
Did I stutter? If you recall the testimony of the defendant about the events just before the victim's death.
That beach hut, I confronted Miss Brett. But she just sat on a stool in the back of the hut, smiling sweetly at me as if she knew she was untouchable.
Duel?
Have another look at the photograph.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
Makes me sad.
The slit in the read screen. Would align perfectly with the back of a person who was sitting on that stool.
My word. So in fact the victim was...
A murderer.
Killed while sitting on that stool by a stab wound to her back delivered through the read screen.
Both of those statements are true.
Ah!
It's murder.
Having been attacked, Miss Brett rose to her feet instinctively. But then, unable to speak, she collapsed on the floor in the middle of the hut. Before the defendant, Mbami-san's appalled eyes. And that, Your Excellency,
Is the truth of what happened on the beach that day.
You can't handle the truth.
By your silence, Many Memo-san, I take it that you don't deny the charge?
Hmm.
This is absurd.
Suck it, wiener.
That will do. It would appear that we have a tacit admission of guilt from the witness. Accordingly, this court has successfully established the truth of this matter. Which means that defendant, Membami-san, is innocent of the crime.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. I finally made him cave.
I must say, I've never been more proud.
Really? That's all it took?
Yeah, the bar's pretty low.
Thanks,
I'm
Dad.
actually quite caught off guard that there's not more of a fight back from mini memoism.
Yeah.
Mini Monokuma.
Can't be the Auntie Glen Kent. What is my growth of hope?
My guy, they make a little blue pill for that. Don't worry. The US government will give it to you for free.
But he's Japanese.
It wasn't all an operation. I can't accept this. I won't.
I see no reason for the continuance of this trial. I will therefore move to conclude proceedings by delivering my final objection.
Here we go.
Well, this is all very convenient.
You would say that.
This is how the highest court in our mighty empire delivers justice, is it?
I mean, yeah, we can just go, dude. You're now basically implicating yourself. I might advise you as a lawyer to just follow the shut the fuck up Friday.
Mm.
Shut the fuck up Friday.
Suppressing well-meaning citizens' freedom to speak and branding them as criminals.
He arguing that murder is protected speech because I swear we are just like 2 bad years from that Supreme Court case.
But we've established that the victim was stabbed from outside the hut, through the reed screen walls.
And no one but you was in the place at the time to have had his hand on the hilt of a blade. It's a perfectly logical deduction.
Thanks, not my dad.
So, your argument hinges on the location of whoever stabbed the Englishwoman, does it?
I mean, I guess.
Well, it seems a little irrelevant now.
Irrelevant.
Where she was stabbed, how she was stabbed.
My gun.
Oh.
Anyway, I started
It doesn't
blasting.
matter.
Well, I don't see so good, so I
Whether
missed.
she
Then
was
they
stabbed
ran
at
away.
all makes
I
no
ran
difference
after
if you
them.
think
Bang,
about it.
Try to shoot him in the back, but I don't want so good
Okay,
either.
this is gonna go places.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's
After
gonna go
all.
places I don't want to go.
This trial's already shown the whole thing hinges on something else.
Oh, yeah?
He's nuts.
These Christmas nuts?
What are you talking about?
Brace yourself, little man. I'm talking about the fact that everything's changed. because of the dirt you dug up.
What?
Enough obscurity. Explain yourself, witness.
What's to explain? I'm talking about the poison, of course.
Poison?
Cusco's poison?
Poison for Cusco?
Let's ask the professor for a comment on the situation, shall we? I understand that a deadly poison you were developing was stolen from your laboratory, correct? And it's been shown that this poison was administered to the victim, Miss Brett. Is that right?
That is correct. The unusual constriction of the victim's pupils are a sure sign that this particular poison was used.
I see. So, presumably that means... that the victim already had the poison in her body before she was stabbed?
Ah!
Given that her pupils were clearly constricted, it seems highly likely, yes.
I love that his argument right now is, I'm not a murderer, I'm an attempted murderer.
There was a difference.
If she had been dead already, the poison could not have circulated in her blood.
How refreshing to hear the argument of a metropolitan mind.
He did still attempt murder.
Precisely, it matters not the jot who stabbed him in the whose back and whose blade. Because, quite simply, the Englishwoman's life was taken not by the knife, but by the poison.
Objection!
But that can't be explained by the poison being on the blade, as I've already...
Forgotten already, have we, yokel? During these very proceedings, the laboratory of the professor at your side assisted in proving that the blade of the weapon used to attack the victim had no trace of poison on it whatsoever.
I mean, I'm pretty sure what happened.
Yes, Rianne, that's part of the joke.
So let me get this down. The facts, as skillfully established by the defense in this trial, turn out to be a headline-making red herring. Is that about right?
No, they turn out to be attempted murder.
Well...
Order. But where does this leave us? How, in that case, did the poison enter the victim's body?
There's an undeniably obvious answer to that. The lady most likely imbibed it.
Like Roman Keating?
You mean she drank it?
Merry Crimbob, everybody.
This is why the bar was set so low. Have another look at this photograph here. As you can see,
Why does Trimmer not have Crim Bob hat?
Yeah.
Listen, I got creative.
It Crimus. You get Crimus hat.
Does anyone need a yarmulke?
I mean, I'll take one.
I mean, I didn't mean to be. I didn't mean to be exclusionary. I probably should have thought of ahead of time.
I celebrate Frieza Day.
You
so.
skipped
Oh, did I? My bad. We'll run this one back.
a bottle of carbonated water in a glass had been knocked onto the sandy floor of the beach hut.
That time the
poison.
photograph did not make me laugh.
Could have easily been slipped in either.
So somebody made Miss Brett drink it.
Well, what do you know? Look at those dashing eyes. This will make a great front page shot. Hey, why the bewitching stare?
Eee. Fix that.
After all, I'm the last person you should be looking at. It would make no sense at all that I poisoned the woman, would it? I mean, that's been established already.
You know, I don't think that's entirely correct.
Hold it!
Established? What are you talking about?
Hmm? Don't tell me you've forgotten. That's a little hard to believe, given that the person who established it was you.
Me? What on earth does he mean?
Ooh, let me capture those wide eyes. This is prime press fodder. That is...
It would seem that this trial is not destined to end. Ever. I hereby call upon the witness to give further testimony. Damn it. Carry on, my wayward son.
That's great. That is. Let me get a shot of that magnificent beard, Your Excellency.
Flattery will get you everywhere. You claim it to be impossible that you were the one responsible for administering the poison to the victim.
The victim's poison.
Poison for the victim.
Yeah, administering the victim to the poison. That sounds right. You will explain to the court in your testimony the basis upon which you make such a claim.
I'm a journo. And I'm a man. I've never tried to run or hide from anything in my life.
Yeah, you better start running from these hands.
Non-Pawns here. Happy Christmas.
And I'm not about to start now.
I'm
because
so excited to
that's
get you back.
many
Also,
memories.
you need to send me your address if you're cool with that. I have some things for the holidays.
For a brief moment, I thought I'd illuminated the truth, but it slipped right back into obscurity again, much like my acting career. Just where is this trial going to take us?
It better not be dildos and eyeliner again. I mean, it's not technically a dildo. In at least 3 states.
Everything is if you try hard enough.
Listen, with enough patience and lubrication, anything is possible. Chris, you're an engineer, am I wrong?
Define anything. I think you're going to need to clarify that statement, Sunday. I don't know that I would say that anything is possible, but many things are.
Look, there is still a 1 in 86 trillion chance that all of the particles and atoms align perfectly that I can push my hand straight through the glass desk and not break it.
It's true.
It is true. Just a lot of patience, a lot of lubrication.
Well, and also glass is a liquid, so I mean, if you just hold it there long enough, your hand will just go through the tape.
You know what else is liquid? Ferrets.
Correct.
Mule soup.
Oh, yes. I stabbed the Englishwoman. And it's that very fact that proves I'm
Exactly,
innocent.
Emmy.
Because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I'd already poisoned her?
You're a real sick fuck. Mm-hmm.
Also, for this exact moment right here,
Yeah.
When I heard the
Because-
student girl and that pompous English murderer arguing, it got my goat.
What you got, Chris?
Oh, it's because the poison requires access to the blood. We established that in the first.
Mm-hmm. It's like the old put liquid bandage on your hand, and then a little bit of liquid LSD, and then you go and get your diploma in high school, and you shake hands with your principal, and they have the worst trip of their fucking life. Also, please don't dose people. We're all adults here.
If the courts weren't going to punish Brett for what she did, someone else would have had to see justice done.
weirdly gleeful about attempted murder.
So, you admit it then? That everything happened as I described? That you were the one who stabbed Miss Brett in the back through the reed screen? You're sick, man.
You can blame this miserable country of ours, yeah. Yeah, sure. Country that bows to the pressure of foreign powers and lets murderers walk free. What kind of a future can a country like that have?
Well, they didn't undergo Brexit.
That's why I did it. I did what our pathetic leaders didn't have the guts to do. Slap bang in the middle of the charming lady's back. I plunged the blade of sweet justice right in there.
Is this a euphemism?
Hell yeah, I got a hard on from it.
Okay, well, hey, good for you. Different strokes for different folks.
You know, I have never referred to my junk as the swift blade of justice, but I might try it next time. We'll see how that goes.
As someone who spends his life seeing that the truth is told, I feel really, really awful about giving false information in my testimony before.
Listen, my guy, judge, jury, or executioner. 1, not 2 or 3.
But as it turns out, there was somebody else who had it in for the victim and got to her before me.
Yeah? Oh, really?
That's right. You guessed it.
Is it my dad?
That pretty little student girl.
Not my dad.
Now there's a woman after your own heart. My own heart, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm quite taken with a dashing. Never mind.
You're implicating Ray again.
She's the one who gave the poison to the Englishwoman and ended her pitiful existence.
Good in the robot, Shinji.
Suddenly, snap. This journo here is off the hook. Huh.
I mean, is it like one of the hooks that has the anchor point that you can tie your hands to? Oh, wait, Capcom.
Ah. The argument is sound, certainly. You murdered a corpse. If the witness had administered the poison himself, he need only have waited for it to take effect.
False.
Subsequently stabbing the victim in the back would have been entirely nonsensical.
Chris, they don't listen.
No, they don't.
That's a shy line.
I think something might be going on.
And therefore, this reporter had nothing to do with the poisoning. Yes, it's all quite logical. And I certainly did not have my mute on.
That's okay. I definitely don't rip really loud farts before my voice lines either. Never happened.
That's right. It is. Logical and true. I'm glad you've all seen the light. Justice at last.
Honestly, I think if you name your wiener and like take it seriously, I wish you the best in life.
This is unbelievable! And after I've made such progress in proving his guilt. Is he going to get away with it now? Think of Kazumi-sama and Naruhodo-san.
At the same time.
They've never stopped looking for a way forward until the judge's final gavel.
Very well then, counsel. Proceed with what I assume to be your final cross-examination in this trial.
Version 1.2.01
Gosh damn it, Nappa.
B. They definitely just put her head on Naruhodo's body.
I don't know. The chest area is different.
Yeah, no, I see it in the chest.
A little bit. But the animations are all the same.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. Low budget AF.
Yes, Your
Definitely
Excellency.
using the same skeleton and everything.
Oh, I love it. That's such a smart move, too. Reuse your assets.
They were able to save that budget and put it toward writing better trials? Anyway. I'm going to take a short bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Complete innocence.
Sorry, I had to get some ice cream. What's the best ice cream flavor?
Birthday cake.
Pistachio's pretty good.
Mint choco chip.
Cookies and cream.
Sharky? Lon?
Is in the bathroom.
What?
Sharky's in the bathroom.
Ah. Some of you, well done. Some of you, come see me after class. We're going to have a discussion.
Who's that?
Pistachio? No, I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit. Be careful. You're within striking distance. Oh. No, I got some cool things to send out to y'all for wasting your entire 50-something Monday nights out of the past year.
It's not a waste.
It's definitely not a fucking Dobby the house elf thing either. Anyway, a reminder, you're free to enjoy Hogwarts Legacy. Just know I will not support you if you do. Not really up for debate. Period.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Been waiting to blow my nose for an hour or so.
Sucks so bad. Alright. Shall we wait for Sharky, or do we want to carry on?
Sharky's back.
Sharky's back.
Sharky,
come
what's the
back.
best ice cream flavor?
Cookie dough.
Damn. Not a bad taste in the chat, except Rianne. I don't
I
know.
will take no slander.
Because why would I have bothered to stab the woman if I'd already poisoned her? Wait, you don't want to go back and press any of these?
Oh, I was just gonna go through it and then push it.
When I heard
I'm-
the student girl and that pompous English murderer arguing, it got my goat.
Man.
If the courts weren't going to punish Brett for what she did, someone else would have had to see justice done.
Okay, then.
The victim had unwittingly taken the poison already. The reporter would have had no reason to stab her. On the face of it, that logic sounds entirely reasonable.
But there's no question that this man was responsible for Miss Brett's murder.
We could think of a plausible explanation as to why he might have stabbed her even after the poison. I feel sure that everything will drop into place. That's what we should be looking for.
Yes, I agree. And in order to do that, I must try to glean more information.
Alright, I'll take the bait.
So, you do admit that you had murderous intentions towards Miss Brett, then?
Huh. The woman's very existence offended my sense of justice.
Oh, big tough guy.
Your sense of... He's claiming some sort of righteous indignation?
She was pure evil. A cold-blooded killer who'd committed murder right here on our empire's soil.
Hell, just given about 50 years, guy, we'll have another discussion about this.
But did our good-for-nothing government do anything? Not a chance. So I had to step in. Fly the flag of justice. Put things right for the people. Yes, it was my civic duty. That's what drove me to do it.
Okay.
So, in summary, murderous intentions, then.
Whatever you want to call it. The point is this. The Englishwoman was a blight. So I had to do what was right. For society.
Just because you rhyme doesn't make it true, Johnny Cochran.
If the poison fits, you must acquit.
Yet a real wrong was done by the student girl in the dock. A crime for which she must pay.
To be fair, though, Johnny Cochran, arguably one of the best trial lawyers of the past 30, 40 years.
Oh, yeah.
I don't agree with what he did half the time, but holy fuck, could he build a case.
Obviously, because the poisoning has nothing to do with me at all.
Hold it!
So, you still maintain that you didn't give the poison to the victim?
Obviously. That'd be like putting a belt on your trousers when you were already wearing braces like these.
Ah, that's right. Can't say suspenders. They're English.
The accused administered the poison, following which this witness stabbed the victim. An unforgivable act, certainly, but not one of murder. That crime rests on the accused's shoulders. That is how the law works, you see, yokel. Who knows, you may even learn something here today.
I'm gonna cut that little nub of hair off again. Hmm.
2 consecutive attempts on her life in the space of minutes. Quite a day for the victim.
Welcome to Philadelphia.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Do something that evil and you've got it coming. That's how the law works. The law of reckoning.
Not how the law works.
That's not the kind of law this court upholds.
You will reiterate why you were compelled to stab the victim then, witness.
What's the name of the stabby robot from Futurama?
Stabby?
No, Roberto, isn't it?
Robert. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Hold it!
He mentioned a goat.
What exactly were they arguing about?
About what happened in that restaurant 9 months ago. That's what. The student girl was laying into the Englishwoman for killing her beloved mentor, Dr. Wilson.
Well, wait until you meet her daughter.
John H. Wilson. A professor of medicine invited here from England by Professor Mikatoba, no less.
Right. But the Englishwoman just jeered.
Her case was to be heard by the British Consular Court in Shanghai. However, there is little doubt that she would have simply been acquitted and sent back to her homeland a free woman.
It was eating that student girl up inside. You could see it. I really felt for her.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
I can't. I can't stand here and listen to this tripe.
Right.
Young girl, you stand accused here. You can't just blurt out whenever you feel like it.
I mean,
Everybody else does.
No, you can't. Sorry, but I'm in the middle of some very important testimony here. Just keep quiet and listen.
damn, what's he gonna do next? Tell her to get back in the kitchen?
Damn.
But this awful man is making all of this up. Masato, please, you have to make them listen.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Return to the docket once, Menbami-san. We are in the middle of a cross-examination.
they're just gonna let it slide.
Your Excellency, please, I implore you. That journalist is clearly not a trustworthy witness.
Exactly. He's a filthy, rotten, black-hearted, bigoted, dirty, great peeping Tom.
Yeah? They sniff your butt.
Yes.
Whoa, take it easy there.
Oh, please. I really think the court should hear what the defendant has to say.
Your Excellency, I see no need whatsoever to entertain the accused's remarks.
My guy, your career as a trial lawyer is receding faster than your hairline. Back it up.
Ellipses. I will grant the request of the defense.
Yo.
But, Your Excellency!
This is likely to be the final cross-examination of these proceedings.
True.
As such, I believe it would be ill-advised to stifle the defendant's obvious concerns. So, whilst recognizing this contravenes regular protocol, I hereby call upon the defendant to speak.
All right, Bubba.
Oh. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. It was nothing to do with Dr. Wilson. We were discussing the stolen poison.
Hold it!
Hold up.
The stolen poison that killed the victim, you mean? Giselle Brett's poison.
Yes, poison for Giselle Brett. I suspected her of being the one to steal it. I mean, just think about how she killed Dr. Wilson.
True. Additionally, Miss Brett certainly had knowledge of the new poison.
But surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed for the government.
The government's highly secret toxin?
Nah, we've played this joke.
Indeed, all visitors from the laboratory are thoroughly tired of the joke we've made 7 times this episode, and searched when they leave.
I like that one. That was a good one.
Well done, Chris.
Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult.
That's true. I pestered Professor Mikotoba until he agreed to show me the poison when I visited his laboratory.
Hey, yo, dog, show me the poison. I can't use it or touch it. I just want to see it.
I want to see your poison.
Yeah, maybe he can't afford to touch it or watch, but he just wants to look at it.
I need an adult.
Just imagine somebody like Soseki actually pestering you just to look at a thing.
Listen, I would not let that man near anything more dangerous than a fucking butter knife.
Kidding me? He'd stab his eye out with that.
Listen, and you'll get your eye out.
But as I left, I was searched from top to tail.
You have a tail?
Yes. Do you want to see it?
Was there a
you-
cavity search
Are
system?
you a cat girl?
With poison now? Don Cheadle? Don Cheadle's a good dude, I think, right?
I think so. I don't know. Who
No
knows
fun.
in Hollywood anymore?
Miss Brett rather bluntly revealed the existence of the toxin we'd been developing, you see. And since Soseki-san expressed such an interest in it, I felt unable to refuse. Obviously, I gave nothing away other than the fact that it was an extremely potent substance.
Potent potables.
I'm very
At least
ashamed
50
of myself.
milligrams. Sorry.
No worries. It's just that I've had a singularly terrible experience with a deadly poison. I wanted to look my old enemy in the eye. Surely you can understand that!
To find out if my suspicions were true, I confronted Miss Brett about the poison. I told her if there were to be an incident involving it somehow, it wouldn't just be the university. The military would be dragged into it. The whole government, even. It would be a complete disaster.
And how did Miss Brett respond to your concerns?
pants-shitting streets of rage.
She just curled those beautiful lips of hers and said she didn't know the first thing about it. In English, actually.
Damn.
Chris.
Yes, many memos, son. One small question, if you don't mind. Sorry, I forgot the name of my character for a second for some reason.
Might happen.
I do mind.
Oh, Ray
Can't
Mad
you see
Gay.
I'm busy?
Clearly, you were outside the beach hut listening in whilst the defendant and Miss Brett were conversing.
Yo.
Presumably, then, it was you who wrote this article about what you heard. Exclusive deadly poison stolen from Yumi Medical Research Laboratory. The story was published in this morning's edition of Show You News. The details are too accurate for it to have been written by anyone else.
Sorry. Don't know what you're talking about.
Thanks, Dad.
Yes, look at this. The entire article is almost what I said to Miss Brett word for word. You really have to put that in quotations or give proper attribution, my guy.
Well, many memos, memento, son.
Nani?
Hey, Oni.
Huh.
Would you like to talk about Many Memo's magnanimous, massive, mega mommy milkers?
Huh.
I'm not gonna do that one because I already forgot what you said.
Mini
Nah.
Memo-san uses male avatar to avoid memory Christmas hats.
Hmm. Very well.
As a journo, and as a citizen of a free country, I don't have to reveal my sources. That's a founding principle of many memosum.
I mean, it's kind of like good journalism.
Yeah, you need to give attribution to your sources.
Unless requested anonymous.
Yeah. In which case, you need to make the off-the-record terms very clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen Cyclops. Please don't remind me.
Father's clearly right about this. That reporter did write that article. And he's based it on what he overheard from outside the hut.
The details of the poison article have been updated in the court record.
He out-pizzaed the hut to get that story.
So, that's what it was all about. You were trying to cover up for the fact that you were listening in. That's why you came up with that stinking story about me arguing with her.
Shut up! My stories never stink.
Yeah? Are you sure?
Look, whatever you say, little girl, it doesn't alter the facts. Your Excellency, there's something I want to say, and I want to go on record.
Do you? Are you sure about that?
Fine. May amend your formal testimony. Jackass. Did not give you permission to Hulk out.
Can you do that a little bit longer, Oni? I'm sorry, I didn't. Can you repeat that line? I didn't hear it. Yeah, a little bit more. Yep. Come on, keep it coming. Almost there. Oh, good
I
boy.
need an adult.
I am an adult.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am.
The point is, if you poisoned someone, there'd be no reason to go and stab the person as well.
Nah.
If the victim had unwittingly taken the poison already, the reporter would have no reason to stab her.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the
we got
face
this
of
before.
the logic sounds entirely reasonable, but there's no question that this man was responsible for Miss Brett's murder. If we could think of a plausible explanation as to why he might have stabbed her even after the poisoning, I feel sure that everything would drop into place. That's what we should be looking for.
Yeah, I agree. And in order to do that, I must try to glean more information.
Wait, did we have one about...
This is the new one here.
Yeah.
Hold it!
Yeah.
The stolen poison that killed the victim, you mean?
I suspected her of being the one to steal it. I mean, just think about how. Yeah, we did this.
Okay, we
Just
did
think
this
about
one.
how she killed Dr. Wilson.
That's true. Interestingly, Miss Brett had no reason.
I can mash faster. There's just so much dialogue. Man, look at him
That is
go.
my suspicions were blah 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 military blah blah blah.
I wish I had like the VHS speed up sound.
I've got like a WMV of it if you wanted to add it to your OBS as a filter.
You know what I do have? I actually do have it. Because you listen to it so much during like Persona speed. At least with like P4.
Oh, it's a good point.
I think you can actually, if you have it on Steam, I'm pretty sure you can just dig into the asset file. I don't think they hid the sound files.
I've got here. I'll send you the video for.
It's a fun way too. Might be fun to play with.
Oni, did we
Doesn't have any
press?
audio to it?
Oh.
It's just straight up.
Oh,
video.
cool.
Oni, did we press this one? Please help me.
No, we
No.
Okay.
Hold it!
Perhaps you doubted the efficacy of the poison and sought to make sure your victim would die.
That's horse dung.
Yeah, you want to see my horse cock?
Maybe.
What?
Not as big as mine though.
What what are you doing after this trial?
Probably going to jail.
That's hot. I watch.
That would be like pouring pepper in your Chinese ramen before you even tasted it. Completely reckless.
Listen, I know what white people ramen is like, okay? It needs pepper.
Although, it might surprise you to learn that I am a bit of an impetuous pepper pourer, as it happens.
Hold on,
Is that just you using a euphemism to admit to the crime? Because I think that's what you did.
Alexa, turn on bed. Sun might come to me.
Once the victim had taken the poison, she would have only been minutes away from death. And yet, this man then proceeds to stab her in the back as well.
I think he's just kind of like into it, you know?
There has to have been a good reason for that.
It was the reporter who gave the poison to Miss Brett, then clearly he must have done it prior to Ray entering the hut.
Yeah, that's undeniable.
But between him leaving the hut and the victim being stabbed, was one very crucial change in the situation.
I'm sorry. What change?
The reporter overheard the conversation between Ray and the Englishwoman.
Ah, yeah, that's it. That's when Memo-san first found out the exact nature of the poison he'd used. That could be the key here.
If the victim had unwittingly taken...
Yep. We're going around the loop again. What fun things do we have? All right, I got shots to waste. Let's go with this. All right, I think I did it. Anyway, I can think of one reason you'd stab a woman after poisoning her.
What?
Yeah, you're into it, aren't you? Sick little creep. Mommy will step on you.
This isn't Final Fantasy 14.
This
Will mommy step on the defendant as well?
All along, you thought I wanted the steppies. But it was me giving the steppies all along. But before I explain, I'd like you to confirm something for the court. Did you glean all the information for this newspaper article when you overheard outside the hut?
Of course he did. There can be no question of that. After all, when we were all in the laboratory together, all we were told is that it was a terrible toxin.
Like tedious toddlers?
And there's one more important fact to consider. According to the witness, Membami-san's verbal attack against the victim began as soon as she entered the hut. In other words, it would have been impossible for her to have slipped the poison into Miss Brett's drink.
Objection!
Where are you going with this, counsel?
To your mother's house. Memo-san has made it quite clear that he observed every single thing that happened in the beach hut. If the defendant had somehow found an opportunity, this man would have seen it.
Which means that Miss Brett couldn't have imbibed the poison while the defendant was present.
It's a poison article. 2d4 poison.
It must have been administered to her before Mbambi-san entered the hut.
Yes, very articulately put.
When I walked into the hut, I immediately started to press Miss Brett about the poison.
At which point, Memo-san overheard some worrying information.
Worrying information? What worrying information?
The information which he subsequently included in his newspaper article, namely, that the poison was being developed in strict secrecy, and that it couldn't be readily obtained.
Absolutely. In fact, that's quite an understatement. The only possible place it could come from is my lab.
And furthermore, anyone afflicted by the poison would exhibit telltale signs in death.
The extreme constriction of the pupils. Yes, it's quite stark when you see it.
Your students just constrict.
There are other poisons that show similar symptoms, but not among new substances that are undetectable.
In other words, it would be clear that the victim's life had been ended by the use of this particular poison, which would reduce the number of suspects to only a handful of people. Ah,
Everyone in my laboratory is aware of the unique properties of the toxin we've been developing.
So it's like mercury. I can just play with it with my bare hands, and it's totally cool. Just don't get it in an open wound.
Yup,
Yup.
absolutely.
Okay.
None of them would be foolish enough to attempt to use it for some nefarious deed. Mbami-san being no exception.
therefore, we can conclude that whoever administered this unique poison to the victim was a layperson, unaware of its telltale properties. In other words, someone like you, Right-Hand Many Memo. It was you who sold the poison from the laboratory that day. And it was you who administered it to the unwitting victim. But you quickly realized that was a terrible mistake.
Because the poison caused such unusual symptoms and was so traceable.
As you listened in from the far side of the beach hut's thin walls, you learnt of these facts. But you'd already given the victim the poison. At that point, it was too late. So you hatched a plan to disguise your mistake. A plan that involved stabbing the victim in the back through the reed screen.
But what good could that possibly do?
About the same as when your brother died of ligma. Isn't it obvious, Counsel? The plan was to kill Miss Brett before the poison could take effect.
Once in the blood, the poison causes the onset of pupil constriction. But he had hoped to precipitate the victim's death before that happened, hadn't he?
Exactly. Because without any revealing signs of the new secret poison's use, no one would have ever suspected.
This is extraordinary. This is extraordinary.
Yes, the effects of the poison meant it would be too easily identified, so the killer had to mask its use. Which he attempted to do by plunging a knife into the middle of the victim's back.
Order! 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 The argument presented is sound. The court is satisfied that it warrants consideration. Does the prosecution have a counter-argument it wishes to put forward?
Well, there are a number of, yes, I counter completely.
pivot. The prosecution's evasive response clearly shows that in much the same way as he nurtures the remnants of his top knot, he is clinging to lost hope. If you don't get your claws out of that couch, I'm going to flip you. Condor, what did I just say? Dickhead?
Then boy, flip that cat.
I'm not gonna flip the couch, I'm gonna flip the cat.
That's what I said, cat.
Oh, it's alright, I'm deaf.
It happened.
You pathetic, useless, fallen samurai.
Fallen? What are you calling fallen? My burgeoning growth is on the rise.
I don't need a counter argument.
What are you talking about?
It should be blatantly obvious.
What, you're a psychopath? Yeah, we know, dude. We gotta put you away.
I stole the poison, you say. Gave it to the victim, you say. Stabbed her, you say.
I mean, you admitted
Lots of
to that.
fine theories.
Yeah, you did kind of admit.
All are true, Yusuke.
But I don't need a counter argument because you don't have an argument yourself. Where's your evidence?
The fact that you're the only person that literally could have stabbed them?
That you confessed.
Emotional damage.
Opportunity.
Yes, you make it all sound so plausible, don't you? But without evidence, it means nothing.
You get nothing, Charlie. Nothing.
Whereas I base my news on facts.
You have
Okay.
been lying since the moment you walked into the room.
Yep.
Hey, I said that about my news, not my testimony.
Facts? What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Damn.
I mean, what the professor said earlier in this trial. It's all here, in my many memos, every word, every slip of the tongue, all noted. That's why the Show You News is famous for. That's what the Show You News is famous for. It's the power of the printed word.
But surely it would be no easy task to steal a highly secret toxin being developed by government?
I know how it happened.
Indeed, all visitors to the laboratory are thoroughly searched when they leave. Even if a thief managed to avoid being seen by myself or a colleague, getting the poison out would be very difficult.
Yeah.
How's that then? Blown the story wide open? See, I write in many memo, a mere reporter from the Show You News. Couldn't possibly have stolen the. Wow. I can speak, I swear. Couldn't possibly have stolen that poison from the professor's laboratory.
But there can't be any question of it. He must have stolen the poison that day. He stole it and used it to kill. It's not hard to check. Did you remember to check his prison pocket, Rianne? And if that's the case... As you've identified, the poison itself is the definitive evidence we need. Because whoever stole it from the laboratory that day is the true culprit here.
What's your point? you annoyingly handsome country bumpkin.
You know what they
So
say,
stupid and sexy.
that she, they bussy is powerful and mysterious. My point is this. There is one way that you, Many Memo-san, could have stolen the poison that day.
Huh?
I have heard enough verbal conjecture now. Thank you. What the court must be shown is evidence. What proof do you have that this witness stole the poisson on the day in question?
The poisson?
Well, I was going to go with a bussy reference, but that doesn't work with something that starts with that letter.
I have my guess.
Ah, alright, here we go. If we take off the pen's lid, now let's unscrew the barrel, shall we? This must be the little reservoir that holds the ink.
Yes, you fill it by drawing ink from a bottle up through the nib.
Yeah, just slurp it right up. Is something wrong, Father?
Just that there doesn't actually appear to be any ink in there, that's all.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's pretty much empty. Goddamn, she is fucking handsome, though.
Right?
Well, it could be on the verge of running out, I suppose.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we already went over those two.
You do have something that tests for the presence of the poison.
Yeah. The label appears to be written in a foreign language that I don't know.
It's German, so your knowledge of English isn't going to be of help here, I'm afraid.
Couldn't you just have written medicine on it in Japanese, then we'd all be able to read it?
German is the international language of medicine, my dear. This is what I mean by the bar is very low.
Haha!
But yes, I can certainly see that there might be merit in labeling the bottle in Japanese. I'm not sure medicine would be entirely appropriate.
Yes, this will cure your headache.
By blowing it off completely. Maybe I need to grab the reservoir?
No, you've completely examined this all.
Yeah, I think that you just need either. It's either going to be the pen or the reservoir. Or not the. You know what I mean? The pen
Yeah.
or the reagent.
It's the pen of the Rian.
No, that just orders congratulations steak and leaves a mess on the floor.
Yep.
I would probably just present the pen.
Take that!
Alright, we'll YOLO it, 'cause we're running out of time. The proof, Your Excellency, is this fountain pen.
A fountain pen? How can that possibly be relevant?
These magical pens somehow seem to have enough ink to write many thousands of kanji characters. I believe they arrived in our country for the first time some 15 years ago now.
I swear by a weasel hair calligraphy brush and nothing else. These newfangled pens are merely a fad.
Wait till you find out about the calculator.
Well, as a forward-thinking man of words, obviously I love my fountain pen. Suck up a what?
So,
Soupçon.
Soupçon of sumptuous ink, and one's work is awash with words in the blink of an eye.
Belson breakdown.
That's right. Fountain pens have a small reservoir in the barrel, into which the ink is sucked up through the nib of the pen in order to write with the letter. God, I wish that were me.
What does all this talking of sucking up ink have? Ah!
And just as it's possible to suck ink up into the reservoir, it's also possible to eject it through the nib again, of course.
My word. Can this really be?
Well, Many-Memo-san?
Um,
When you saw the deadly poison before your eyes in the laboratory that day, you used your fountain pen, your very lifeblood, to steal some of it, didn't you? By siphoning the poison up through the nib and into the pen's reservoir.
yeah.
Oh shit, we got him.
Objection!
More absurdity! That never happened!
True, we've heard that there were procedures in place to prevent thefts like this from the laboratory. But would anyone have thought to look inside a fountain pen of all places?
No, I'm a little ashamed to say. For that fear of offending our guests, such a detailed search would not have been conducted.
Well, this is quite startling, I must say.
I remind the court that this pen was found in the clutches of the victim when she died. In other words, it was dropped at the scene by Many-Memo-san.
My guy, you look like you popped a molly. You sweating.
Woo! So the crucial question is, what exactly caused you to drop your pen?
Are you suggesting?
The natural conclusion is that in your haste to act whilst the victim was distracted for a moment, you dropped the pen after you emptied the poison into her... into her glass.
Any number of alternative explanations. For example, the witness could have been using his pen to write down details of his conversation with the victim. And when shocked by one of her outrageous answers, the pen fell from his quivering hand.
Objection!
No, that can't be. If it was, how do you explain why all the pen was devoid of ink?
What?
As you can see for yourself, if you examine the evidence, there would appear to be no ink present in the reservoir. That newspaper reporter goes to an interview someone with nothing in his pen? No, the pen was dropped after the poison that filled its reservoir had been emptied into the victim's glass.
Witness, what do you have to say in your defense?
So this is how our modern justice system works, is it? So what if the ink in my pen runs dry? So what if my pencil snaps?
I'll put some lead in your pencil.
Dude's about to write in blood.
Whoa.
Stepbrother, I'm lost.
The joke is about giving him an erection because he keeps calling me handsome. The real joke is I don't think he understands what gender we are more than we do ourselves. But yeah, this is like right at the end of the trial, Chris. I'm glad I could catch you up to speed.
Also, really enjoying the Wolverine reference here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't read that.
Well, none's the matter.
You claim I sucked up the poison into my pen? That's wild speculation, nothing more. If you thought you could bring down a fine, upstanding citizen with a trick like that, think again.
You admitted to attempted murder.
Yep.
It looks as though it's going to take one final decisive blow to finish this matter.
Alright, friendos. Let's call it here. It's a bit late. Shall we?
That's fair.
Leave him wanting more.
Alright, I guess we'll wrap this up next week, provided everyone's here. Should be pretty easy, right?
26th. I think
Think
most
so.
people would have it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Observed because Kim Bob.
I would think and hope so.
Observed because Krampus.
Krampus.
Crimus.
Maybe it's Boxing Day if you're on the right side of the ocean.
Yeah. Well, and the UK as well.
True.
Happy Christmas. All right, splitting the difference. The man that does not have a golden eyeball, but has a heart of gold. Little Sharky.
Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us for the last couple hours. It's been a blast. Stay safe around all the holidays. Spend time with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and tell them all just how you feel because, you know, it's just the right time to do that. So, take care, fam. We will see you on Boxing Day, where I can finally make Kyo catch these hands. Let's go!
Speaking of catching hands, the person most likely to catch them because they're closest and I can outrun them, it's Oni Heart, who's going to be streaming Parasite Eve on Christmas Day with me as I teach him the speedrun.
Wait, what?
A Sphincter says what?
Huh?
A Sphincter says what? Anyway, tell him about you, fam.
I survived. I survived today. So that's good. But other than surviving, we play RPGs and fighting games, and I do art and stuff. Yeah, like Kyo said, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about Christmas Day, but I definitely am going to be returning to playing Parasite Eve soon. Once I can actually stream.
Rest them vocal cords. It's Shy.
Yep, it is me. Hello, thank you for having me, and I am looking forward to next time. As for everybody, well, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, have a wonderful Crimbo, or may your Festivus have the best of us. And we'll see you next time.
Voted least likely to leave evidence, but most likely to fuck one of your household appliances, it's Lania.
It's true.
It is true.
And I got that award 2 years running.
Yeah.
I am Lania. I am a RPG long player. You know, I do nice, cozy streams of RPGs. And I'd like to, you know, wish you all whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm gonna go off of what I said and add Yule is tomorrow. But happy holidays, and let's see if I remember how to pronounce this. Haxamea.
Don't forget Frieza Day.
And Frieza Day. Haxamea is Hebrew, because you put the yarmulke on me.
Yeah. My Hebrew is borderline non-existent. I did remember.
Say it.
My Hebrew
Haxamea.
is, my Hebrew is awful. It's Haxamea, I think.
I did remember how to spell yarmulke without looking it up.
Well, that's good.
Yarmulke.
L'chaim.
Yep. Also, the reason why my fridge is sticky. Anyway, they weren't able to steal my Cheez-Its, my salsa, or my waffle iron. It's Chrisseries.
But he will steal your heart.
I'm Chris Reyes. I'm leader of the raid group Blitz in Final Fantasy XIV. I do long plays of RPGs. I do voice acting on my YouTube, and make sure to spend time on the holidays with the people you love.
I'll also remind everyone to install the FFZ add-ons for chat because this looks so nice to me.
It's super nice.
Yeah, hold on. I'll show everyone that doesn't have it installed. So instead of having that dorky, large, like, huge shout-out thing that's also incredibly oddly time-controlled, how nice this is.
So should we call you on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, Chris?
So nice.
You
Anyway,
should call me maybe.
listen.
This is crazy.
I like gardening.
So glad none of you have my number.
Suck my tomatoes. You know how I feel about that? Now I can say things and they can't hear me. Anyway, I gotta wrap it up tonight. Feel free to join us in the Discord. We'll have a terrific time. I'm gonna poke around some more Final Fantasy X tomorrow and just kind of force myself to learn more. We'll also have some Crisis Core and maybe some Signalis. We'll see how it goes. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, best way to catch up on this stuff, I know I put out a freak ton of media and content. So this is where I wrap up the stream, Lania. Normally I promote where you can find me on social media or, ways to support the stream. We just finished up, by the way, so, glad I could get you caught back up to speed. If you are in the market for a new computer, the commission I get aside, it is a great time to upgrade your computer if you haven't. GPU prices are really low with the new generation of stuff coming out. Now's a good time to look into it. Definitely check out our friends at SkyTech. They're competitively priced. They have very good customer support, and they treat you like a family member. Plus, if you're lucky, you can get your custom built done on stream. If you want to support the stream via Bluetooth tea kettles, or all sorts of stuff, just to help the stream in terms of content creation, comfort, crafting, or cosplay, definitely feel free to check out that link. If you want to commission me for custom keyboards or said 3D prints, there's a link right there. It's pretty easy. I actually have to put up more pictures of everything that I printed. I've just been so fucking busy. Lastly but not leastly, if you're a tea drinker like me, definitely feel free to check out the blends I put together on Adagio, with the proceeds of those going to the Trevor Project. But for now, we're going to call it a night and find someone to raid. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, I'm not
Bye,
muting.
everyone.
We're going to go raid Poppy. But he's doing some art tonight. I haven't bugged him yet, so I have to just say something incredibly awkward and painful.
Voted nicest guy to ever personify an epileptic seizure. It's Poppy.
Tell him that you enjoyed the Steam pop-up notification for hentai games.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's swing through. All right, friendos. We'll see you over there. Y'all take care. Oh, this is double raid. Let's go. Double it.